Hey you guys, my name is Aubrey. I'm a wife, I'm a mom to 7 kiddos, and today I am bringing y'all my best tips and tricks to keep your grocery budget low, still eat healthy, even when grocery prices are going a little crazy. I've been racking my brain, I have all my thoughts on paper, and I cannot wait. Let's jump right in. So number one, if you watched like my pantry tour, you will already know I do not meal plan in the traditional sense. I do not scroll Pinterest or look at recipes and then make a grocery list based off of those recipes. I look at the grocery papers, I see what's on sale, I see what's a good deal, and I buy what is seasonal and I buy what is on sale, and then I turn those into delicious and nutritious meals for that week or that month. All right, so tip number one is kind of reverse meal plan. Don't go into the grocery store saying, I wanna make these 7 things and here's what I need. Go into the grocery store saying, what is on sale? What is the cheapest food I can buy that's still nutritious? And then make a meal out of that. Right up that same alley, number 2 is to familiarize yourself with your local grocery store prices. I cannot tell you which grocery stores have the best price for what, but you can start doing your own research. Maybe keep a little notebook where you start writing down what like price per ounce different grocery stores have, or keep a note in your phone. When it comes to produce, I keep those kind of ongoing in my head. I know organic apples will pretty much never, ever, ever go lower than about $1 a pound. So if I see them $1, $1.20 a pound, I know this is a great deal. So start doing your own research, start documenting those prices in whatever way is best for you. That way you know when it's a good deal and when to snag it on up. Number 3 is I like to rotate kind of like the cheap base to all of my meals. So potatoes, we've got rice, we've got pasta, we've got oats. Those are all things that fill up people quickly and keep them full long, but the price on those things is much lower compared to your meat and your veggies and your fancy sauces and whatnot. So I kind of have an ongoing rotation. For sure, every single week we're gonna have a dinner with potatoes, a dinner with rice, a dinner with noodles, and and we'll kind of rotate those in and out. Breakfast, using oats to your advantage, making breakfast cookies, making actual oatmeal, steel cut oatmeal, baked oatmeal, like what all can I do with these still nutritious foods, but that are much cheaper on my budget. And the 4th tip, not only focusing on cheap base products, but also just like cheap produce, because I still want my family eating as much produce as possible. But when you go to the grocery store, you're gonna quickly see that not all vegetables are created equal in price.
So here you can see we got 15 pounds of food for only $12. Same thing with the carrots, we get 6 pounds of food for only about $4.
You can put carrots in so many things. You can put carrots in muffins. You can put shredded up carrots like in the baked oatmeal. I love doing that, kind of making think of like carrot cake, baked oatmeal. I can get tons of bananas, super, super cheap. So I will buy so much of whatever produce is the cheapest per pound, and then I will find lots of creative ways. So if you give me some bananas, you guys, I can make banana bread, I can make muffins, I can make banana pops, I can make banana baked oatmeal, I can make endless things. I actually have a whole video all about like if you've got too much bananas on your hands, what can you do with them? I can mince up carrots. I love, love, love putting carrots in my food processor and adding it into anything with ground beef, because tip number 5 is to make your meat stretch, and using cheap vegetables is an excellent way to do that. Adding it to your ground beef, that is going to stretch your meat. When you think of dinner, I grew up kind of like here's like the meat portion and then you had like 2 or 3 sides. I would encourage you kind of flip that mentality. The meat doesn't have to be the star of the show. Make a casserole with like a pound of meat scattered through all of it, or make a soup with, a pound of ground beef, but it feeds, 15 people, or it gives you leftovers for another day. Focus on stretching your meat. It's not that we never have meat as a side. I do like to make chicken legs and like have kind of a fancy dinner and chicken legs and baked sweet potatoes and sides and all of this. I'm not against that. I'm just saying do what you can to stretch your meat. I also like to add in lentils, like cooked red lentils. I will add that in to my ground beef as well, and pretty much no one can really even tell. Along the same lines of stretching your meat is think about having like a vegetarian meal or a vegetarian day, meatless Monday or whatever, however you want to do it. But very often, I use eggs a lot. You can make a beautiful frittata that's delicious and nutritious and just filled with all sorts of protein. Add some veggies in there, and you don't even have to have meat present. So just do what you can. Think through ways to stretch meat, because especially buying high quality, like grass-fed beef, pasture-raised chicken, those things add up quickly. So do what you can to stretch it on out. Another tip with the meat is to start buying cheaper cuts of meat. You get a skinless, boneless chicken breast, you are going to be paying at least double the amount as if you were to buy chicken drumsticks, chicken thighs, or a whole chicken. I can get a pasture-raised, organic whole chicken for like $2.50 a pound versus $5 or more per pound for skinless, boneless chicken breasts. And the thing I love about a lot of these cheaper cuts of meat is they contain bones. And with bones, this is a freebie, is you can make free bone broth. Like you can take those bones that could be or would be trash and you can transform them into something delicious that is so high in nutrients and minerals, so great for your health and for your family, and it's absolutely free. And why stop at bone broth? Because the next tip is to start asking yourself, what can I make from scratch? Now, this does not have to be overnight. This can definitely, you can take baby steps into this, but start thinking like, what sorts of things, if I'm wanting to buy the healthiest version, take for instance, mayonnaise. If you buy like high quality mayonnaise, you are going to be paying for a very small jar of Primal Kitchen avocado oil mayonnaise. So maybe start thinking through some of those things and saying, can I make this myself? And I am going to be putting out several videos this summer of just some simple things that we do make. Mayonnaise, and we make homemade granola, making your own salad dressings, making your own bread products, whether it be tortillas or English muffins or sourdough bread or whatever the case may be. But start thinking through what does your family use on a consistent basis, and what of those things cost the most money, and how simple might it be to make it yourself. Fermented vegetables is a great example, because it's literally like pennies on the dollar to make homemade sauerkraut versus buying it in the store. Even on sale, I can get cabbage for like 3 pounds for $1 and make a huge half-gallon jar for just like less than $1 versus paying $8 or $9 for a smaller jar. So there's just a lot to think through on that, and not one right answer, but just think through like, what things does your family use? Maybe you can start making your own seasonings. Stop buying taco seasoning packets and just make your own. Start making your own ranch seasoning. Just think of your family and what can you do for where you're at. And you might make it once and hate it and never do it again, but at least you tried. Or you could start making it and be like, oh, that was a lot easier than I thought. I'm gonna whip up some barbecue sauce next time I need barbecue sauce too, instead of buying it. Who knows until you try? So that is my next tip. Another thing I like to do is buy in bulk. Obviously, if you have been here long, you know I do very large Costco hauls. I have also recently been ordering from Azure Standard. It is not always cheaper to buy in bulk, but many times it is. Again, going back to our previous tip, if you know your prices locally, you're gonna know that if you buy 1 pound of these oats at this store versus 10 pounds at this store, you're gonna be able to know if that's a good deal or not. So do your own research, and when it is a good deal, buy in bulk. Along those same lines is things that are traditionally packaged individually. Think about just getting the large version of the bag. At Costco, they had these little individually packaged apple chips that were like 75 cents per bag, or you could get a much larger single bag of apple chips way cheaper. Veggie straws, any form of snack really. Start thinking through of like, is this something I could buy a big bag of and just individually portion it out myself? Because a lot of times that is gonna save you tons of money. Another tip is that if you see like a crazy good deal on something, do not be afraid to stock up. I love doing this. I was just at Costco and they had this delicious Tillamook cheese on an excellent price, and its expiration date was not for months and months down the road. So I stocked up. When I see if something's about to go on clearance or it's a rollback super sale or whatever the case may be, I will buy a lot of it. If I know it is a staple in our house, if I know we go through this, it will not be wasted. Sometimes you might feel tempted on something that's brand new to buy a bunch of, but then if you don't like it, you are kind of stuck. So I have done that a couple times, and personally, I've decided to only really stock up above and beyond on things that we have already tried, I know we already like, and are already kind of in our monthly rotation of what we eat. We freeze things if things are shelf stable. You look at it, you see the expiration date, and you decide how many you need. Some people say 1 for now, 2 for later. With our larger family of 9, I typically always go with 5. Something about the number 5. If I can get 5 bags of oats or 5 things of cheese or 5 things of sausage and freeze them or store them for later, that's my golden ticket number. You find what works for you and your family. Another thing, when you're wanting to buy like healthy and nourishing foods, I know that not all of our budgets allow for the optimal food in every category. Maybe you cannot afford to get the best raw milk and the pasture raised eggs and the 100% grass fed beef and all organic produce, and the list goes on and on. And so my tip is to do the best you can. Now, I have some like what I call never evers. There are some products that I would just never ever buy. There are some ingredients that I would just never ever buy. And I would love to make a video all about that. I know many of you have been asking for that video, and so my goal is to get that to y'all this summer. But beyond those never evers, there's also good, better, best. There is good honey, there's better honey, and then there's the best honey. You've just got real clover honey, then you've got like it's organic honey, but then you've got like raw, unfiltered, local honey. Now, is getting the cheapest honey terrible for your health? No. So if you cannot always afford the best, weigh your options and maybe do good or better. And the same thing comes with eggs, with oats, with anything that's still real food. Just think like, maybe you can't get everything organic, but you could go on the Dirty Dozen list and at least try to get those things organic. But whatever the case may be, just don't get so stuck in feeling like you have to be so perfect and everything has to be so perfectly clean and healthy and nutritious that you miss out on nutrients because you're so afraid not to buy organic produce that you just stop buying produce altogether. So don't do that. Good, better, best. Weigh your options for you, your family, your budget, your dietary needs, and then make an informed decision. There's a lot more little things here and there. Definitely stick around, like this video, subscribe to my channel for more. But lastly, for today's video, I would say just start taking advantage of some of like the free money apps out there. The 2 that I do use consistently are Ibotta. Now that one I do like because you rack up points and like money faster. However, I will say because we eat a lot of just like real foods, I don't really always buy a lot of things that are on that label because I'm buying eggs, milk, pasta. Like I'm not always buying like the name brand sorts of things out there, but I do use it enough where I do still accumulate some cash back rewards. That's nice and it's free. And then secondly, I really do like fetch rewards also. These, the points to me do add up a little slower, but they don't really expire for a really long time. And I still get, some $20, $40 gift cards to Amazon. I mean, there's a whole list of things you can get. Put your money towards, and I will give y'all the promo codes. Like use my promo code and you're gonna automatically get free points and free cash back. So definitely take advantage of the free things that are out there that take a really minimal amount of time. I'm a mom of 7 and I can do it. I believe in you. Like just scan the receipts, like take a little picture and you're done. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it. And those points will add up and then you will get a little bit of free money, which is always nice. But you guys, I really hope these tips helped you. If you have any other ideas of how we can all be saving money here as prices are going up, comment down below. Let us know your tips, your tricks, so that we can all just encourage one another and motivate one another along this health journey. You guys, until next time, have a very blessed day.